Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here to talk about the newest episode of Helluva, which is for Season 2, Episode 5. Now, the main plot of this one is you have two main plot points going on, kind of like how the last episode had that, where on one side you have Blitz trying to find his sister after she checked out of rehab, Barbie Wire, which is, a big introduction to a character you've seen in, in like picture frames, and like you've heard lots of rumblings about this character, and it's another relationship of Blitz's that has been damaged, and so there's lots of intrigue and all about that. While he's off doing that, he puts Moxie in charge to get done with this new assignment that a client has hired them to kill someone on Earth who killed them, so it's kind of like a revenge thing for that person. And so those are the main two plot points. And now, of course, I'm going to, like the past couple, or pretty much almost all the episodes, I'm going to dive into some spoiler parts there, so you've been warned. And it's funny because as this show goes along, it's like people just find ways to complain and trash on the live aspects of it. Like I who is not really am tuned in to all the rumblings and stuff, even I'm starting to notice a lot of negativity and all. Like, for example, I don't want to name names, but there's this one artist that I do like, that I like their art and all. Last I saw, they either deleted their Twitter or just turned it off or whatever because of all the flack they were getting just for sharing an opinion, which is really ridiculous. That not just in that, but in a lot of other stuff, it's really scary to share your opinion without the mob going after you, and that's really unfortunate. And it takes a lot of courage to go out there and speak your mind, even if the majority doesn't agree with it. So I'm gonna be doing that here, because like with every episode of this show, I haven't hated a single one. Even this one, there's enough there for me to say overall I liked it. But there are some critiques that I have of it, and that's all part of when you review stuff or when you talk about stuff, like with movies or video games or whatever, even books, and just anything. Like, difference of opinions will happen. Differences, like, not everyone thinks the same. We gotta stop thinking about this group think type of crap where everyone has to agree 100% of the time, and if you stray away once, then you're awful, you're horrible, your opinion's trash, whatever. But for me here, the main issue I felt was two things. The first was a lot of the jokes. I felt like that they tried to go a bit raunchy and a bit edgy in a lot of the ways, which is the stereotype that a lot of people have with the show Helluva, saying it's all the stereotypical raunchy type of jokes. There's no substance to it. The characters are just, horny pieces of crap, right? But there's lots of nuances there that I've seen with, these are real characters and they're flawed, but you find ways to want to root for them regardless. Like, you could see the nuances in the characters. But this episode and a lot of the joke aspects, especially the final joke, which I didn't like at all, and it kind of made me like, ugh. Like, it started to show a lot of the stereotypes that people have about this show, and that's not good, so I have to knock it on that. And the other thing is this character Barbie, Blitz's sister, a lot of fans, and like there has been a lot of hype and interest about this character, and she shows up like in the last couple minutes, and she's fine and all. She's the animations and all with her and all, it's like, okay, like it's really, really cool and all, but character-wise, she's garbage. She sucks. Like, I'm pretty sure we're going to learn something later on, but it's like, for example, when they introduce, like, Osmodeus and, Fizzarelli officially, like, they're like, foils for Blitz and all. Like, they're, I guess you could say, nemesis or antagonists, or I don't even want to say antagonists because they weren't really that bad in my opinion, but they're opposites for Blitz. But you still like these characters and they still had energy and you want to learn more about them, and like something had to have gone wrong with Fizz and Blitz there. But here it's like there isn't really that much given to you because you don't really see Barbie that much at all. And then when you get her near the end, she's just kind of a, a bitch, you know what I'm saying? So, and there isn't really that much there to why I wonder what happens. Like, I'm curious still about what happened between them, don't get me wrong, but I didn't really like the execution of her character, and also her character manipulating the drug supplier for her, business or for her job or whatever. That felt, again, one of those edgy jokes that just felt uncomfortable with me. So that stuff like that made me not really like the episode as much. But besides that, I mean, the animation, like throughout the show, not as good as the last episode they put out, that delayed one, but the animation's still pretty solid. There's still some jokes that I did like, and I wasn't that much of a fan of what they did with Moxie in the episode, but I did like seeing Millie, get a chance to shine, because she has not really had that much development unless it's, following under Moxie, being his, supporter and all. But here she kind of was able to come into her own and, get much love and attention, which I felt like was kind of like a wink and all for the fans who have been wanting to see some Millie content. So I did appreciate that. And like I said, this isn't like a awful episode or anything like that. It's just I've noticed a lot more of the critiques, and I kind of agree with some of them. It's, some of the jokes did not work with me at all. I didn't really appreciate how Barbie was handled, especially just not as much screen time and all with all the hype and, interest on her character. But I mean, overall, I still think this is a fine episode. Both plot points they weren't awful, and they did what they needed to do, because I mean, this episode turned out to not really be something groundbreaking or anything. It was just another fun, decent Helluva Boss episode. And, maybe that's enough. It didn't have to be some masterpiece or anything like Ozzy's or whatever. But that's still my favorite episode, by the way. Phenomenal episode. But with all that said, those are my thoughts on Helluva Boss Season 2, Episode 5. Again, what'd you all think of this? Please let me know down below in the comments. And I still liked it overall. I have not hated a single one of these episodes, but some are definitely better than others. And this is on the lower trajectory. But again, thank you all so much for watching. Please comment down below what did you think. And if you want to hit the subscribe button and the bell as well to get notified when I upload, that would mean the world to me. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.